Before she passed away, Blake Tillotson was with a group from Argentina, and she recorded a video. Precious, precious to all of us now, but she never ever quit empowering other people. Her influence not only shaped my career, but also she shaped the woman I became. She believed in people. She believed in possibility, and it showed through her own life what determination, faith, and love could build. We've created a video tribute to honor the remarkable life and legacy, and I'd like to share it with you now.
We received the sad news that one of our family distributors, Claire McDermott, passed away.
Claire was one of a kind. I don't think I've known anybody else like her. She helped a lot of people accomplish a lot of amazing things.
In the course of history, it's always the leaders that you remember. Those individuals who had the courage to go first, whether as an adventuring explorer, exploring new territory, or in our case, signing up to be one of our first distributors, certainly one of our first great leaders. This woman set the standard for everyone because she demanded excellence, and I mean demanded, in both the products and in our support to the distributor force. Please welcome the most successful woman in network marketing history, Claire McDermott.
My vision for Nu Skin is that people, both inside Nu Skin and outside, look at all of us, not as a business, but as a group of people working ultimately with a greater goal to make the world a better place. My Nu Skin business has allowed me the power to leverage my efforts and have the freedom to be with my family, grandkids, great-grandchildren, and pursue other interests. It was the first time that no one had the influence to tell me as a woman what I could and could not do and how far I could reach. This is a people business, so we must like people more than money. Success is more than money. It is the kind of person we become. We serve our people to help them become leaders. That is the success of this business. Everyone has to know that they matter.
When you are successful, that someone helped you get there.
Remember, people follow committed people. And so my advice to you is commit, but don't give up.
Every time we heard from her, that was the message that she gave: to care from the heart, to lead from the front, and to embrace everyone who comes into Nu Skin.
We will be forever grateful to her. I bid her farewell, and I express my love to her. Thank you.
No matter what, do not quit.
Clara dreamed boldly. She dreamed beyond her circumstances, and because she did, she changed mine and many other lives. And her story reminds me of the power of the dream and how you start small, but it can grow into something that transforms lives and generations. That's the power I want to talk to you about, the power of your dreams. Now, I've had the privilege of traveling the world and meeting many of you, and I know many of you, and you've inspired me by the way that you've pursued your own dreams. I'm grateful now to be at this vantage point in my life where I can look back and see how my little girl dreams became not only the driving force and the direction and meaning and purpose of my life. Now, I was very lucky to be born into a loving family with my father at the head, my dad, a merchant marine, a carpenter, and a spiritual minister. He had the remarkable gift and ability to envision something that didn't exist, and then with his own carpenter hands, and a simple set of tools bring that vision to create things. He also created amazing experiences for my siblings and me. I learned about the purpose of life and the power of dreaming and the patience needed to achieve those dreams while fishing with my dad in the early morning light on Long Island, New York. I learned that dreams require stamina, flexibility, while hiking and camping with my dad in the Adirondack Mountains. And on my monthly daddy-daughter dates to New York City, he taught me that if I wanted to be successful, I not only had to work hard, I had to work smart. Now, I didn't know what that meant then, but I do now. So I'm going to share with you a simple path that every dream must follow in order to come true. First of all, make room for your dreams. Dreams take up space. They take up time. Don't waste your time on silly little itty-bitty tiny dreams. Dream boldly. Dream expansively. And whatever your dream is, shove your fears out of the way and allow it to grow inside you first and foremost, and protect it at all costs. When I was small, I used to daydream a lot. And often people would say, "Sandie, get out of your head, get back into reality, stop daydreaming." Well, they meant well, but dreams are sparked at the place where our thoughts meet our desires. So no, don't stop daydreaming. My big dream when I was little was to become a mother and a wife and to create a happy home of my own. Now, I had other building dreams, believe me, mighty big ones, but my first step was to create my family. Align your team with your dream. That is where I learned that what working smart meant. It means aligning with the right people who support your dream. They encourage you, they believe in you, and they do whatever it takes to encourage you. They hold you accountable and help you take steps in the direction of your dreams. And then when you go off course, they reel you back to center when you need it. Now, my parents were my early support. They made sacrifices for my education. They demonstrated high standards, and they modeled a very rigorous work ethic. They encouraged my dream of getting an education and becoming a wife and a mother. At 17 years of age, I left my home and family in New York and traveled to Provo, Utah, to attend Brigham Young University. I didn't know one person here, and I had one suitcase. Does that sound different than dropping your kids off at college? Because I've dropped off grandkids and they got like carloads of stuff, but I had one suitcase. And in my second year, I met Craig Tillotson and fell in love and got married. And being the overachiever that I am, I got pregnant on my honeymoon night. There I was, barely 20 years old, when they placed this beautiful baby girl in my arms. And my most important childhood dream had come true. It came with more joy than I can imagine, so we named her Alicia Joy. Step 3, expect challenges. Dreams aren't pink clouds floating across the sky. They're jagged, unpredictable, and they test you. Dreams bring challenges, and they bring disappointments. But it is in meeting those challenges and overcoming those challenges and problem solving and learning and growing that make dreams worthwhile. Everything you want in this life lives behind a sheer wall of fear. And those fears challenge us. But that is how we discover ourselves. That's when we experience personal growth, transformation, It is the journey toward the dream where Viktor Frankl says we find meaning in the mayhem, not at the end of the rainbow. Or, as my dad would probably more profoundly say when we asked him for the 5th time, when are we going to get there? On a trip? Part of the fun of the trip is the journey to get there. So let's remember that, because we're all on that journey. To be honest, that early period in my life was both horrifying and challenging, but richly rewarding. Horrifying because I had never even babysat a baby when they handed me my own. I had never changed a diaper. And they were making me responsible, solely responsible, for a human being. Didn't they know who I was? The delivery had been especially hard, and right after arriving home, my husband had to leave for the oil rigs out of another state. Our apartment was small and cramped and humble, and we had very little money to meet our needs. And when I looked around, I knew that one dream had come true, but there was a whole bunch of other dreams that were not coming true. Now, despite these trials, I was fully determined to tend to my own health and happiness. And then 2 months later, after Alicia was born, I contracted viral encephalitis. I was hospitalized, put into a medical coma, and my family was told I was going to die. That's a long story, but I lived, obviously. And I overcame that disease, and 5 months later, still on seizure medication, I discovered that I was pregnant with baby number 2. My husband was still working out of town, and we were still living in that little cramped place, and I was alone every day with 2 babies, and my dream of becoming a mom had come true. That was so great, and of course the girls were so fun. But what about those other dreams? What about those other things? Well, I didn't give up. And I'm sure that each of you here has stories to tell of your struggles on your way to success. Because everyone's struggle is paved with potholes. There's potholes there. And we gotta jump the roadblocks, and we gotta navigate around those potholes, because that is what makes us stronger and more flexible. So often disappointment is born out of, not from failure, but from unmet expectations. When you anticipate challenges as part of your process, they won't discourage you. They will not defeat you. Step 4, allow your dreams to turn into steps. One success leads to another. Now, if my father had used dreams as building materials, he could have crafted a massive staircase, one dream leading to the next, one step at a time. If I hadn't gone through that initial trying time as a young mother, would I have had the courage or insight to go on to make the other decisions and my other dreams come true? Now that's the golden question, because it was while I was changing diapers and rocking crying babies that my next dream swelled into my imagination. Guess who else started with a small idea that turned into a giant empire? Well, it was Walt Disney. He said, all your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them. Dreams are achieved one step at a time. Even if those steps are baby steps, keep moving every day in the direction of your dreams. Today I stand before you as a mother of 4, a grandmother of 10, and also with deep pride, one of the mothers of New Skin. Dreams whisper to us that we're meant for more, that no matter where we begin, we're capable of greatness. Our dreams are the speed of every achievement, every invention, every success story. When we dream, life becomes an adventure. Any success I've experienced has come because my dreams not only gave me direction, they became my driving force. my reason for rising up early in the morning, and my reason for staying up late at night. Let me share with you how that dream brought us all together. Flexibility is the key to fulfillment. One day when I was in the city with my father, I looked up at the skyscraper and confessed that one day I wanted to live up there in those clouds. Now, this was after telling my dad that one day I would build $1 million company, vacation with my family in a beach house, and own a ranch where I could ride horses. Now, I can only imagine what Dad thought, looking at this little girl with such massive dreams. Now, he did tell me when I told him all about that ranch that I wanted, that I had better marry a rich rancher. And when I said, well, why can't I be a rich rancher? He said, well, I guess I believe you can. That's what we need in each other's lives, to believe in each other. Now at the age of 69, I stand here grateful for the power of those dreams. I'm proud to have walked this journey with all of you as part of New Skin. Let's recap how our dream steps can apply to you as part of the New Skin family. 1, make room for your dreams. 2, align your team with your dreams. 3, expect challenges. 4, allow your dreams to turn into little bitty steps. And 5, flexibility is the key to fulfillment. Every dream I've ever had or held in my heart has not only come true, but has surpassed in ways that I could never have imagined, simply because I followed these steps. Yet, as we all know, the truest joy of achieving our dreams isn't found, yay, I did it, but it's in the moments when we can share it with others. When you have the power to share your beliefs and shape the dreams with others. And we all have this. We have the gift of New Skin to share, to empower others. And it's my dream for you that the power of New Skin provides to you the power to make your dreams come true. Motivated by love for you, I thank you for being here and hope deep in my heart that you are making room for your dreams and that you grow and you flourish all along the way of achieving them, and most of all, that you never, ever quit pursuing your dreams.